Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at Universal Studios Hollywood to give you a very quick Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift update. We're just covering the coaster today, so how about you and I dive right in. Oh yeah, we're just diving right into it here at Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. Here's your latest look on the entire project. Zoom in over here. There's a lot of concrete work happening close to Timeline Road. They're finishing up with that retaining wall. As you can see, it's made its way over to Timeline Road. So they'll finish that up probably here in the next few days. It's looking pretty good. I'm wondering if eventually they'll put some theming on that retaining wall. Wouldn't be surprised. And then you could also see that they haven't begun work on the sound wall. Nothing has gone vertical just yet, but they have removed those pieces of lumber around the footings. So maybe here in the next few weeks, we'll see a lot of that steel go vertical, and eventually a giant wall, like the one way over there, will start to form. Looking towards that LSM boost before the final dive around the escalator, you can see crews are just continuing to hook this thing up. A lot of electrical work has been happening the past few weeks on the coaster's layout. Because now we're at the stage where, they have to get everything ready to go so they can start to begin testing, because then they have to get through thousands of cycles on this massive piece of machinery. Now what's really cool, if you zoom in over here closest to the dive loop, you can see that they have been installing the LSM fins that go up into that element. Right there, you can see them. Those have been installed probably, the past couple days, and then eventually they'll get to the rest of that track that requires them. Because again, we're gonna need that extra momentum to get through that element. And then down here, closest to the Timeline Road, even more LSMs will go in to give us that boost, which will get us up into the stall, which is over there. And then over here at the escalator, I'm not seeing any preliminary work just yet on the eventual covers that are gonna look like this, that will go right here. They want to block as much sound as possible from going into the studio. So hopefully by next month, we'll start to see that get installed. And that's definitely going to be an overnight job. I'm going to make my way up into the upper lobby. You can see right here at the footings, a lot of bolts have gone in. So we are getting a little bit closer to the next step on installing the scream shield that goes over the track right there. Now here at the top of the escalators, the latest development is right beyond that fence. You can kind of see through it. But they've been ripping up the concrete behind the Duff Beer location. So all of that will be eventually taken away. And maybe a new couple buildings will pop up, because I believe this is part of the outdoor queue section. So maybe they're gonna start work on that here very, very soon, and they'll go vertical with maybe some new buildings. But as of right now, they're getting rid of that concrete that was right there. And then as far as the facade goes, the main show building for the attraction, it's looking the same like my last video. It's really no difference on the outside here. I'm sure the inside looks a lot different, but this is all we can see. Now right here at the turnaround, it looks like they did finish a lot of the electrical going on right there. In my last video, they were hooking all of that up, and it seems like they've pretty much done the turnaround, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and end it over here at the lookout on this very quick Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift update. I think this is kind of looking the same this week. Again, the only big change that I'm seeing is over here, where you can see they've also installed a lot of the catwalk and the LSMs. But either way, it's looking really good. I am so excited for this new roller coaster. I think it's going to be so good. And also going back to the LSMs, I mean, look at how many they have to put in. How many do you think that is? Let's see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 12 in this shot alone, 10 to 12. So what, maybe a couple hundred at least? Because look at how far they go, at least on the track closest to me. They go right there. So there is a lot of power going to this spot of the coaster. It's pretty amazing. Oh, and then there's your look at the second Theme Park Obsession editing office. You can see the roof has been installed and everything's shaping up pretty nicely. It looks like all of that electrical is ready to go. It's been hooked up, because in my last video they were working on these two areas, and they were also working on the block brake section. You can see all those drive tires have been installed and whatnot, and that's looking really good too. And we have a crew member working underneath the brake fins, which are looking really nice. I'm wondering how quick we're gonna hit those brakes, especially coming out of that inversion right before that turn. That I'm sure will give us some good laterals. It's really not banked that much, and if we're traversing that really quickly, that's gonna feel nice. That's gonna be a pretty awesome element in itself, and it's just a little turn. Look at this, we have some lighting that's been installed at the top of the show building there, right at the entry of the maintenance bay. And I figured that they were gonna, put some exterior lighting on this thing because, yeah, they had those openings. Let me zoom in a little bit more, and there's one that I'm sure will get installed here in the next few days. Maybe tonight they'll get that ready to go, because it's gonna look like that when it's done. And speaking of lighting, I wonder what the exterior lighting package is when it comes to the layout. Do you think they're gonna have a bunch of lighting on the track? Or because of the sound wall, do you think they're just gonna not even worry about it? And then we'll have a Stardust Racer scenario where it's just gonna be pitch black. I mean, if that's the case, this might be an incredible night ride. I mean, just already, the fact that it's gonna be a spinning coaster, it's gonna be an incredible night ride, but what if it's like totally dark and you can't see anything while you're spinning around going through the elements? Yeah, if that's the case, oh man. Now we do know for a fact that the coaster cars are in the maintenance bay. They're hooking those things up, and they'll start to do some pull-through tests in and out of the load and unload, but I'm wondering when they're gonna start the pull-through test for the rest of the layout. At this current pace, it could happen sometime in June. And then maybe by the end of June into July, we will see some initial testing. And then one more thing before I call it, it looks like the work on the exterior queue, at least I'm thinking it's exterior queue, has been the same. It really hasn't progressed that much. They haven't enclosed it just yet. But at least they got some stuff going on in the roof. Maybe they'll do that first, and then they'll move along to the walls, and then eventually they'll throw up drywall and all that kind of stuff. And I wonder if they're gonna have some big glass windows right there to where we can look out into, where the boost is right there, or into the valley. That'd be an incredible sight to see while waiting in line. And with that, I think that's gonna do it for today's very quick update on Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these updates from Universal Studios Hollywood or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Be sure to hit me up on Instagram and X. I'll leave those links down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.